love and grace. I know he exists, although I've never seen his face. I have faith the size of a mustard seed, but my Bible tells me that's all that I need. I won't lie to your face and say that I always live right. Some mistakes that I made keep me up in the night. There was a time in my life where I stood at a fork in the road. One side led to peace and joy, while the other led to a burdened load. You would think that it was common sense to choose the peaceful one, but if common sense was all it took, then God wouldn't have had to send his son. Some people spend all their lives seeking knowledge and success, but if you're saved by God, then this is not your home. You're just a temporary guest. Like the song says, if you pray, then don't worry. And if you worry, then why do you pray? Just take your burdens and leave them there, and God will show you a better way. His way is easy, but the world makes it hard with their hypocritic behavior. You can't straddle the fence and expect when you die that your spirit will dwell with the Savior. Peace on earth, that's just a fairy tale. I know because the devil is real. But if Christ lives in you, then rebuke in his name and say to the waters, peace be still. Falling in love with Jesus, now that's the best thing I've ever done. The best thing he's ever done for me was sending his only son. Everything that glitters ain't gold, and change isn't always for the best. Non-believers say believing in what you can't see is dumb, but everything I see is in a mess. Faith is believing with your heart and not with the limitations of your eyes. If you can see it in the physical sense, then couldn't it just be a disguise? Glorify God during your good times, but especially during tribulations, because it's when you're at your weakest hour that he wants you to maintain your patience. Pray until something happens. Spelled push into being the pretty little princess. Push into perfection. Push into rejection. Push up bras to get me noticed. Push back when legs weren't open. Push on beds laced with victim sheets. So-called friends turn enemies. Push by peer pressure, painting perfect pictures about first-time lives with guys pushed. Push into delivery rooms in order to push. Push into being in relationships with him. Push at a daddy's will because I was in relationships with them. Push my way through school magna cum laude style so that I could make my mom and dad smile for a while. Push. Now I push the 3 born out of me, but not so much. I push them to do what they set their own minds to. Push them to make their own dreams come true. I push them with love taps on back when they stand up for what's right. I push them to do what's right. But not to the point of creating 3 mini-me's trapped in a push state so long that that's all they know. So I won't push them. I'll provide unconditional, supernatural, 100-grand love and support, but I'll push you out of the way if you ever try to get in their way. And you know how I'll be pushing. I'll be praying until something happens. Push. Pushing out this particular piece gives me heartburn because it's hot to me. Reminds me of how life contracted and pushed me out head first. I stumbled around a while until my head hurt. Then accepted Christ, and putting him ahead works. And I think about that. And it reminds me of how long it took for me to get here, and I'm forever grateful. But when I do lose sight, I bend my knees. I arch my back. I bow. And I push. I pray until something